Okay, today we are going to make a mess. Actually, I want to try to make a bird nest, but it's going to be messy in the process. I can tell. I went to Hobby Lobby the other day and I got, I'm sure you guys have seen these little birds there in the miniature section. And I wanted to put a bird's nest up on Hamish's balcony, up on that the little eave that goes above the balcony door. So my plan is I'm gonna take this clay tool and I'm going to take a bunch of this Spanish moss and some twine and some jute and embroidery floss and more moss and just bits of stuff. Maybe a piece of cotton, just things that a bird would collect to fashion a nest. And I need to make it, I don't even know what bird I want to use. But we're going to grab one. Let's grab a pretty girthy bird, just so that we know that whatever we put in there is gonna fit. Ooh, this pink dude's pretty big. Alright. I think that if I form a nest around there, that should be big enough. Or should I do... I'm gonna go with my little latch hook there. We'll use that instead. Stick it in some 1, 2, 3 blocks. Okay, that should work because I also have, where are they? I've got these little eggs that again came with a Lori doll set, and they do look they look a little big for that bird. But I'll use these eggs to make the nest, and then I can bust out I've got some air dry clay. If nothing else, I'll make some smaller eggs. That's the rough game plan here. We're gonna make a nest that bird can comfortably sit its butt in, and yeah, that's what we're gonna try. So get some crap out of my way here. Got my eggs, got my bird. Okay, so I should be able to take tacky glue and just kind of form a nest around the handle, is what I'm thinking. Yeah, that could work. All right. I think I'm gonna throw some cling wrap on there real quick. Let me find it and grab a couple other supplies. Pick out some embroidery floss and some colors that I want to use. I might even run out to the yard and find a couple really small sticks. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I will be back. Okay. I don't really have a plan of attack here other than to glob a bunch of glue on there and then stick some moss on there. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't want it too terribly thick, but I want to cover everything on the interior. So I'm just gonna roll with it. Okay. Now I don't know if I should, I'm thinking I should kind of stick a piece on, but then kind of spiral it around also. And yes, I probably should have grabbed more cling wrap to actually put over top of it, like when you do a doll wig. Do I have a... Oh, I do. A plastic baggie. That'll work too. So I think I'm just going to go like this. Already stick it in my fingers. That's great. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I think I'm going to take some watered down, I'm going to water down some tacky glue. And hang on, I'll be right back. I got a plan. Well, so much for that. Somewhere around here I had some little eyedroppers, and I don't know what happened to them. So we'll just go this route. I'm just taking some tacky glue and some water. Make a nice little soup. That's gonna bug me now. Where the heck did those droppers go? And I just organized down here the other day too. And I saw them and I'm, oh well. That's how it works, isn't it? Okay, grab a crappy brush. Just kind of daub it on here. And yes, there are pieces sticking out all over, but for one, it's a bird nest, and for two, if they drive me nuts, I'll trim them off when I'm done. It's a crazy do. Okay, I'm going to, for a little while, take some of this. I'm just gonna smush it down over my nest. Throw a piece of tape on there and just leave it sit for a little bit. I mean, yeah, it's not gonna really dry under there, but if it can set up even just a little bit and hold a shape, then I'd be pleased. We'll see. We'll check back in a little bit. And because I'm impatient, I'm going to peek. It doesn't have to be dry. I just want it to kind of not spring up as much as it was. And it looks like it actually worked. Keep that handy in case I need it later. Yeah. All right. We might be onto something here. Now, while it's still very wet, I'm going to take some of those twigs, put a little glue here. I'm going to dip a twig in some glue, and I'm just going to shove it on in there. I don't know what that voice was. I channel all kinds of weird characters when I craft, I guess. We'll do a couple twigs on the inside as well once we get to that side of it. We're not going to see much of the bottom because it's going to be up against a roof, but you never know. Shut my fan off so I don't blow my cotton all over. And I have glue on my hands so the cotton's sticking to the glue. I'm just a mess here. Stick just a little bit on like that. And we can go ahead and put more glue on. I just don't want to put, it's pretty soggy right now, so I'm just going to kind of stick a couple things around there. Let it catch. Oh crap. Pull it back off. Just want things to kind of loosely catch into that watered down tacky glue. Oh my god. Oh. Stick there. I don't know what to use. Stick a little cotton on there. I'm not loving the way it's all poofed out, and I don't have a lot of confidence that it's gonna work. So I'm just gonna get a little weird here and glop some glue on. I've got a bag of moss, so if it doesn't work, we'll try something else. I said it was gonna get messy, so I better deliver, right? Oh, what a disaster. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best idea. But I'm gonna bust out this guy again. Give it a shower cap. And now I'm gonna leave that lovely amalgamation of crap to rest there for a little bit, and I'm gonna try to walk away and leave it sit for a bit. Give it an hour at least, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is where we're at. I ripped it off of there, and it was a pain in the butt. Lots of baldness. You can see my finger through there. And it's fixable. It actually looks pretty cool. I mean, I thought about maybe trying another one, but using something. I've made little straw hats out of the jute twine. I thought maybe, you know, make the base out of jute and then glue that moss onto the outside, but I don't know. I think I'm, oh shoot. See if I can stick this saran piece back on there. Yeah, all right. Cover it with more glue. And we'll try. So what I'm going for on this jute one is just like a sturdier base. I mean, you can't have too many birds' nests, right? I've got a forest scene I'm working on, so I can throw them up in some trees. This is where I should have used the hot glue. But again, I don't want hot glue all over my bird's nest. And it doesn't have to be perfect because, as I said, we're going to try to hide the jute anyway with moss. This is just to give it more structure. If nothing else, we'll have a cute little basket, huh? And just because I like to make it messy, I'm gonna throw some more glue on there. It's got potential. Kind of a terracotta color. And a bit of a dark brown. And whatever blue is still on my fingers. It's funny the things you learn when you try new things. I've learned a master egg shaper. I am not. Not a big deal though. And I made a bunch of different sizes because I figure what I don't use in 1/12. The larger ones, since I had the clay out, I will use these poor misshapen little babies. I will use them in my 1/6 scale. Even if they're just hidden in the refrigerator somewhere where no one can see how misshapen they are. Let's see what we come back to in the morning. I want some sticking straight out. And of course everything I add just makes it larger and larger, but oh well. As I said, I'll find a use for it somewhere. Even if it's not on Hamish's roof. Checking in the next morning. And before I went to bed last night, I came down and I removed the small one from the handle just so that it would dry. And I squirted a bunch of this mystery glue. I think it's just, I want to say it's just watered down Elmer's. I just knew it was some sort of PVA and water, so I was pretty safe using it. And yes, there's a hole right in the center and the bottom. I can fix that, but I'm kind of loving this little guy here. Okay, remember, 1/12 scale. Yes, he's got random gardening tools hanging out on his bedroom floor. This is the first one that I made. Giganto! So I'm thinking this one is going to live over in the future. 1/6 scale outdoor scene somewhere. Yes, I've got trees with no branches and no tops, but that's where that one's going to end up living. And here's the little one. And it's pretty much perfect for right where I wanted to put it. So when I get back, I'm going to go run some errands, and when I get back, it's still a little bit tacky on the bottom. But I think, yeah, when I get back, I'll put some of the reindeer moss, a little bit in there, and maybe some cotton, and try to address that hole that's in the bottom so no eggs fall out, because that would suck. And then, as I said, I've got all different kinds of air dry clay eggs. I'll take the larger ones and I will put them in my 1/6 collection. And then we'll use some of these little guys, which should be, oops, about right in our smaller nest. Except the glue is damp and now it's stuck in there. And I need my other hand. So, yeah, I will check in when I get back and we'll speckle some eggs. It's looking cute. Super cute. It's pretty dry now on the inside. I think I'm going to, because I already, did I put, no I didn't. I didn't put any twigs in there. I'm going to put some twigs in there. I don't have much left, but it's a smaller one, so we should be able to make it work. I even have a bit of leaf. We'll throw a little bit of that reindeer moss in there. Not much, but a little. And again, I'm just going to use tacky glue. Give myself a little manicure. I cut my fingernail with my scissors. It's alright, I have to go back to work tomorrow. And whereas I'm a lunch lady, or a hairnet model as I like to call myself, I have to cut my nails off anyway. Tacky glue is no joke. It is tacky. It sticks to everything. I think that should be enough just to disguise the jute in there. I think that should work. I'm going to put a couple more little pieces of reindeer moss. Not too much. Just kind of put them down in the inside here. Make it cushy for those babies. I think I'm going to use some of my black wash for the speckles because I don't want it to get too crazy. And I'm afraid that if I use full-on paint, that it's just going to get the dots are going to get too big, it's going to get too thick. So we're going to experiment again here. I've just got a really stiff, crappy looking brush. And we're just gonna give them some character. Oh yeah, that works pretty well. And I think I might give the brown ones, might get a little speckle of white also. Actually, they all could. Who knows? But I'm going to have to really water it down because this is working very well. Okay, so now of course the white isn't going to make any difference on the already white eggs, but I'm going to leave them all on here to dry, so. Ooh. Yeah. definitely the wash was the way to go, because even that watered down white paint, the speckles are much larger. You can tell when I change out my cutting mat that I'm done making a mess. Because when I'm painting and doing yucky stuff, it's that old teal guy right there. But we're back to the gray and white, so we're in the home stretch. Here's how my little eggies are looking. Very cute. Some of them are especially speckly, like that little guy right there, but I think they look adorable. I'm just waiting on the bird's nest to dry the rest of the way, and then we'll go ahead and put some eggs in there and put it up on the roof. Looks like I need to give a couple spots of trim. I'm afraid if I pull it, it's just going to pull the whole thing apart, but I'll worry about manicuring it. Maybe I'll wait until after it's up on the roof, and then any pieces that are too crazy, I'll snip off then once it's in place. But yes, where's my chunky bird? Oh yeah, I think that'll fit in there. Get giant hands out of the way, huh? Come on, little dude. There we go. Yeah, I think that should work once we get his tail down in there. Okay, I'm totally loving the bird's nest. Love it. I think it's super, super, super cute. And you can barely even see any of the jute in there. So if I do another one in the future, I think that's the way I'm going to go. Yeah, worked pretty well. Let's pick ourselves out we'll go for like a little robin typed bird, and some little tiny blue eggs. We'll put 3. 3 seems like a good number, huh? Oh, that's just so cute. Look at that. Adorable. Now, the decision. I don't know if I want to glue it onto the cottage or if I want to sticky tack it. I'm afraid that if I use sticky tack, it's just going to get stuck in there. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't plan on removing it, and it was pretty easy to make, so I can always make another one if I need another small one. Plus, I've got my big boy over here. Decision time. I think I'm going to glue the eggs in for sure, because I'm afraid when I move the house around that it's just, they're gonna roll on out of there. So I will do that. I'm gonna put just a little bit of tacky glue in the bottom of there, and then we'll bring it over to the cottage and see if we want to attach it permanently. Again, waiting for glue to dry, so the eggs look kind of crappy because they're sitting in tacky glue. But the plan is that the little nest is just gonna hang out right up there, which I think will be super, super cute. And my question is, if I glue it, will I be able to get, yes, I should be able to get the bird in and out. Now, Again, I'm nervous because I don't know that I really want to. I don't know that I want it permanently glued on there. The plan is, since I was going to put moss up on various areas of the roof, I'm going to put a little bit above the balcony door. How about I just show you, and then if it works out, we'll celebrate together, and if not, then that sucks. Okay. And my fear is the hot glue. So I'm going to squirt some tacky in there. Squirt a little bit of hot glue. I don't want too much. Shove some moss up in there. I'm going to have to get this camera out of my way. I'll be back. I'm going to put some of the Spanish moss on top of it also, but give me just a second so I can see a little better. I'm trying to work around here and I'm kind of nervous. Okay, finally, fumble fingers. Got the bird in the nest and the nest in place. So I think that's what we're going to roll with. I really like that. That's really cute. Ooh, that's too bright. Yeah, so the conclusion is I really like using the jute as the base. I think it gives it really good structure, and it's really, I mean, if you look in here, you can't even see that there is jute underneath. Well, I mean, if you look really close, but from the sides and even inside, because we put that moss on top of there, you can't really tell that the jute is in there. So I say that's definitely a win, and it works much better than just mashing all the moss on there in tacky glue. I've still got, I mean, this one still worked. Still super, super cute. I will definitely use it for my 1/6 scale when I get my forest scene done. It's definitely going to live in a little tree there and live a happy little bird nest life. I've got my larger eggs. I will throw some of those in there, but yeah, I think that's a win. So hooray! Don't know what's next on the list. I think because I'm in the moss mood here, I might move up and put more moss on the roof. But before I do that, I definitely want to get in here with some pastels and kind of grunge up some of the exterior walls. That way, when I'm ready to throw some vines on them, I will be good to go. In fact, even after I do the vines, I might sneak some pastels in kind of behind those as well for some shadows. But yeah, bird nest, mission accomplished. I will see you guys next time. Bye.